Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be a quick kind of, not review, but not tutorial either. I don't know, I'm just going to show you guys how I've been using my palette for my Pan That Palette 2.0. If you didn't know, I used up the previous palettes that I was working on earlier this year. I was working on an eyeshadow palette and a face palette. I used those up. So I introduced a 2.0 and I went with a small eyeshadow palette because I wanted to make sure I used it up by the end of the year. And I'm talking about the e.l.f. It doesn't have a name. This was part of a collection, collaboration with Walgreens, and it was kind of like the evil queens from Disney. This is in the palette Maleficent. I also currently own Evil Queen. But I went with Maleficent first. So this is what the palette is currently looking like. You guys might have seen my last update. It hasn't changed much since then because it's been just a few days since I filmed that last video. Anyway, this is what it currently looks like, and I wanted to show you guys how I use it. They're very cool tones, and I'm going through this fairly quickly because I haven't been really rotating through my looks a lot because, again, I don't have much product to like rotate through to combine to create different looks. I'm not panning the black shade, so basically, and I already finished this shade, so basically I am only working on 4 eyeshadows, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make these work. So I'm gonna start with the look that I'm wearing on my eyes today. It's a very simple look, and it's kind of like my go-to for when I don't feel like putting much effort onto my look. And so on my lid, I am working on this dark gray right here that has almost done. I really need to repress this one, but I wanted to film this video before I repress it. Anyway, so I'm wearing this all over the lid, and then on my eye, as my eyeliner, I'm wearing my Sephora eyeshadow crayon in the color purple. That's part of my, I believe, my Project 10 pan. So I'm wearing it both on my lower lash line and as a regular liner, and that's it. There's no shade in the crease. There's no like outer V. There's nothing. I am using my my Kat Von D eyeshadow primer. I set it with a cream eyeshadow. Then I am putting my MAC paint pot on top of that. Then the shade on top. Maybe that's too many steps, but it's helping me work through my stuff. So that's that. And I think I showed a picture somewhere of what I just described so you guys can see what I look like in the mornings. But like I said, I'm wearing it today, so I figured it was just easy to start with that look. The second look is very similar. Unfortunately, it transitions into the eye very similar as what I'm wearing today, but it is a little bit different. So basically for all my looks, I do the same thing. My eyeshadow primer from Kat Von D, I set it with an eyeshadow, then I apply my MAC paint pot on top of that, and then I go with the shadow. So the next one, like I said, is very, very similar, but I use this shade right here, actually the green shade. The green shade doesn't look very green. I hope you guys can see, it looks green here, but it's a dark green. However, when I apply it on my outer V and like work it onto the crease, it looks fairly almost like this color, like a dark gray. It doesn't really look too green, but anyway, that's what I've been doing, putting it in the outer V, and then I add this green shade right here, the silver shade onto the lid. And as you guys can see in the picture, it looks very similar. It kind of like the silver and this one kind of sort of morph and blend into one shade that kind of looks like this dark gray color. Very similar. Like I said, I end up finishing it up with eyeliner again with the Sephora what do you call it, cream shadow stick in the color purple. At some points I was using my Tarte eyeliner, the Sex Kitten eyeliner that took forever, but now that I don't have that eyeliner anymore, I'm just using the Sephora Chubby Stick as my eyeliner. So that's that. The second look, I am incorporating this kind of like dark burgundy shade. It's very dark. It looks very, very smoky on my eye, and I use that color in combination with this eyeshadow from ColourPop. this is also in a project pan. I can't remember which one, but I use these two shades in combination with each other. I use obviously the ColourPop all over the lid, and I use this one in the outer V, and I work it onto the crease as well. So I feel like it makes a very pretty combination. And then I was using the Tarte eyeliner as an eyeliner shade, as my eyeliner, but I haven't really used it. I haven't really used this combination with the ColourPop since I used that one. So I might have to break out another liquid liner, just because the ColourPop, since it's kind of chunky and drying out already, if I use a pencil liner, I feel like, I haven't tried it to be honest, but I feel like it would pick up the eyeshadow. I'm gonna try with a regular pencil, see if it works, but we'll see. So that's that. And then sometimes when I'm feeling kind of lazy and I just want to do the one look, then I'll go ahead and just use this ColourPop eyeshadow all over the lid. And it looks very pretty, just because depending on how the light hits it, it kind of changes the color. Sometimes it looks like orange, pinky, and then a little red, and it looks very, very pretty on the eye. I don't know if I can maybe give you guys a swatch, because at some points it even looks like a little bit like orangey. Like I feel like the camera is not picking up the orangey shade. Not orangey, but maybe like even coppery. Like, can you guys see that? It looks very pretty on the eye, very like multi-dimensional on the eye. And so if I work it onto the crease very well, it looks like I used different shades. It's just because of how the shadowing and how the lighting hits it. It looks very pretty. So that's how I've been using my Pan palette. As you guys can see, I haven't had really much variety. This is a very much cool toned palette, and I rather gravitate to warmer shades than this one. So unfortunately, these two shades, like I said, these kind of three almost look identical. But I don't want to introduce, if I introduced more eyeshadows, I could have a little bit more variety, but I feel like I would take away from using these shades. And my goal is to use these up. So I don't want to have this palette by the end of the year with just like product around the edge of the pans. So not that I'm suffering. I mean, I work in a hospital. Nobody cares what I look like. I'm wearing mask on my eyes. So I kind of like playing it different ways, because that's all people can see on my face. So I am having fun. Maybe it may be a little bit too dramatic for a hospital setting, but I'm enjoying it. What can I say? So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video on how I'm using my Pan palette, so you guys can get an idea of how I'm using these so fast. Again, I'm working through them very, very often, not changing things much, but that's what's helping me hit pan and increase that pan. I'm hoping to have this finished by November. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use up this shade real fast, and maybe even this one as well. So I'm gonna stick to panning a look, and hopefully I can get these guys done. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.